Welcome back, everybody,
Good
to the
afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen,
This
and
is the
welcome to
JARCAST.
the Jar Media podcast.
No, it's actually really
Hey guys, welcome to
annoying
the Jar
now.
Media
It is
podcast.
really annoying.
Yeah.
What?
How are we all doing?
Pretty hot bot.
I got
Fine.
shot in the ass by a paintball earlier, so I'm in a pretty bad mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I.
You didn't actually.
We all did, actually.
Well, that's one paintball.
Everyone except James got shot in the ass of a paintball.
Because we're the
actually.
tough guys.
Yeah, we're the tough ones.
We're the tough ones that play
We've got
footy.
some stuff
what?
to talk about. We've actually
I
done
did-
some stuff.
I did bring my Wartner. Sorry.
Wow, you've actually done some stuff. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
We've done
so
some stuff in the
busy.
last week.
So busy.
What does that mean? What is that implying?
It's sarcasm. Because you're not
James
busy.
is just like, ooh, full-time employment. Wow. I work 9 to 5. That means I'm a man.
9 till 5?
What is it? 8 till
Fucking
3?
8 till 5.
Alright.
We're on that 40-hour week, boys.
Okay. What were we saying?
Did
I
you know
can't
James is paid a penny an hour?
Yep. I'm a slave.
And that his car is just a cardboard cutout that he
Whoa.
runs with stuck to him, and he goes, "Eh."
What did I do?
You just bumped him with your foot.
remember. He's stressed out because it's so hot.
Well, he shouldn't be in a room with all of us.
Even if he's hot, it doesn't really matter because we're hotter.
So 3 of us woke up and smelled the phosphorus.
Just put my t-shirt.
By that we
It's
mean
very warm.
me, Ruben, and Jim went to
Todger.
see Roger Waters in London at like some festival.
At BST in Hyde Park,
Yeah.
Barclays wished Jamie a happy birthday.
Yeah, they did.
It was on Jim's birthday day.
Yeah, I know. What are the
Oh, no.
chances?
I want to just preface this with my mum has totally ruined her entire phone like an idiot.
And it's
Um,
your fault.
We can talk about that after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't help her. I'm
So,
just gonna
yeah.
tell her I can't help. That's what I'm doing.
Good show.
Better than good, bro.
I'm trying to use this as a launch off point for someone else to take over to talk about the show.
I
Sorry.
asked you 2 days ago,
She's getting on my nerves.
where does it rank in your
James, you can't wear
favourite
those.
live performances?
You can't wear those indoors
Why?
because otherwise we all have to.
Well, go get them, boys.
No.
You're
So
lazy.
sorry, Jim.
You asked me where it ranks in my...
Yes, I did.
But is it in terms of the show objectively on its own, or my experience in the show? Because
What's
it would not be the top if it was just experience.
Why is that?
Because I was so uncomfortable for so long. Which does, like, drain on you after a while.
But
Yeah.
I still think in terms of an artistic experience, it was the best one.
That's
I've
what I'm
been to.
saying, though.
Yeah.
Which one am I talking about? I'm just talking pure experience
Well,
and
it's an
enjoyment.
amalgamation of.
Yeah.
There are
like-
parts that I didn't enjoy.
Well, yeah, but all of those were just ready to go into stand
Yeah.
or being
And
hot.
a little bit of the political stuff I didn't like, but because he's a bit controversial in the news for being anti-Trump and all that
I
kind
don't
of
really see how
stuff.
that's controversial in the news because
Yeah.
I mean, every
What?
news.
No, like in America when he was touring there were all those sites were interviewing him, and if you can imagine what the headlines were like.
Yeah.
It's always taken to
Mhm.
the most extreme.
Crazy old Englishman hates the president.
Yeah. He's just like so left to the point where I was like, okay, so what do you prefer? I don't know.
Well, you can
It's
can
not his
see
job to come up with that, though.
you
I'm
can-
saying this.
you can
So what
It's
did
a
he convey
protest.
at all then?
Well, it's a
no. You can
protest.
criticize. You don't have to be hyper left wing to criticize Donald Trump.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't it. It wasn't just about that though. That was just a small fraction of what it was. The whole show.
Well, it's not just the show though. I mean, the album Animals is that.
Yeah,
Like,
I know,
that-
but it's not.
that's-
It's not. It's the song on its own. You can infer what you want from it, whereas actually applying it to the thing and putting up Donald Trump photoshopped onto like pigs and stuff. That's different. Anyway, continue.
Continue. What we asked you a question. Wait, what? So, overall, you think it was what your second favorite?
Probably yeah.
What about you, Ruben?
I think that was the best one I've ever seen. I don't care too much about having to stand up because I ain't gay. Oops.
Come on, Ruben. It was Pride yesterday.
Yeah. I don't use the word gay like that. I just use it, like the same way on South Park they call out all the bikers faggots, It's
Yeah.
just like that.
But yeah, I thought it was incredible.
Yeah, I thought it was incredible. Don't really want to like spoil it as a thing because it was like that's that kind of show that I wouldn't want to like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to run through every cool thing that happened.
So if the listeners don't know, Roger Waters was part of Pink Floyd, so most people are going as Pink Floyd fans.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And most of the show was made up of Floyd work from the past.
Yeah.
And I thought the best songs were from his latest album, which got like there's just no energy from the crowd. Like no one really cared. Then they play Comfortably Numb or any number of the famous Pink Floyd songs, and the crowd gets involved. And I don't know what I was expecting, but it was just like, is that all you care about? I guess, even though it's Roger Waters, it's not Pink Floyd.
It is strange as well because like
If anyone's going to be the people who listen to that stuff, surely it would be them.
I know, but like we were saying, because the audience is older,
Yeah.
they probably don't keep up to date, and they might
Yeah.
not have even known that he had a new album.
Yeah, so I thought those parts were really good. I would recommend the show to anyone who's a fan of Floyd or
Yeah.
Roger. But anything else to say about it, really, before moving on? It's weird to see. It was weird
honest.
seeing like. It was almost like watching Logan, where it's the guy who's got this famous history,
Yeah.
being from this ridiculously famous band, but he's like really old now. He's like could be our grandpa,
He is
he was
in the
really
similar
nice.
age range.
Yeah, on stage.
Mhm.
He just is like.
and he's not one of those
Yeah.
acts where the voice has like just died. Paul
No.
McCartney, someone like that.
No, there are artists that sort of use their older voice
Mm-hmm.
like to their advantage.
Yeah,
Whereas people that just try and sort of do the same thing.
yeah. I thought his voice sounded great though.
Yeah.
Even in like the old songs.
Mhm.
I still missed.
He
David
always
Gilmour,
sounded
but
like an old man though, because he
Yeah.
smoked so many cigarettes when he was
Yeah.
young. So
I did miss David Gilmour.
yeah, it would have been nice if he was there.
Yeah. Thumbs up, I think, from everyone. So, James, what have you been up to?
Today I went paintballing.
Yeah, paintballing.
Yeah. Paintballing in stupid, like, 25 degrees.
So we've only ever had one paintballing story on the cast because only Ruben had gone previously and he wasn't a fan.
It was dreadful.
Ruben was very vocal about how much he didn't like it, but you enjoyed it.
Well, I went there with, like, a group of mates, and I hadn't seen, like, some of them in a while, so it's like seeing them again. It
Yeah.
was just a laugh, and but it was 4 of us, and the people we were up against were the only people in our age group who were younger than us, but there was 5 of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they worked there.
Oh.
But they're also pay to win people, basically. So you get like a certain amount of ammo, like 100 each round, but they'd buy 200. So then they've got double the amount of ammo, but then they'd also buy stun grenades and then flares and stuff. So when we go into our match,
Stun grenade. How does a paintball stun grenade work?
it's just a straight up stun grenade.
Really?
Well, they just the ones that were there. It just makes a loud bang, and then paint
Yeah.
goes sort of a bit. That was all.
So
Huh.
basically,
there.
when we were playing, it was 4 of us. 2 of us had never been, so we were quite shit. On this one like match, which was like a rugby field, there's a flanking line, and they used it because we didn't know, because we knew. They came up behind us, and it's like you get hit twice, you're out, and they would just shoot you. They wouldn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
They would just constantly shoot you. So I was the last one left, so I got pincer attacked by both sides. Guy behind just shot me like 10 odd times in the back. Didn't stop. But then these people are to the level where you're not allowed to shoot within like a 15 meter range or something.
Mhm.
So my friend was on one cover. The guy came up to the other side, stood up and just started shooting at him.
Yeah.
Point blank. So my friend shot him back, and then he started going on, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. I hate when
I
people
had
do
that
that.
exact same thing.
When it's like, it's fine when they break the rules, but when it happens to them, they get all like
when
pissy about
when
it.
a guy's running through a tree line and he just doesn't stop, and you shoot him, and he just keeps running, and it's like, you can't place this objectively.
Yeah.
You've already lost, and he just keeps running at me, and so I just keep shooting.
Mhm.
That's the problem with paintball.
Throws
though.
his gun down, being all pissy. Well, he was just a chav. He's a fucking moron chav.
So I got hit a lot in the back, basically. So I got loads of bruising on my back.
Did it really hurt?
At the time, yeah, because they shot like 10 at once, and I was
Mhm.
just like, "Ow!"
Yeah.
It's gonna bruise, but
By the way, a chav is For people who don't
A
know what
yobbo?
that is, it's like a yobbo. Oh, they might not know what a yobbo is. Like
It's like just someone.
Young, low intelligence, wear fucking tracksuits and look like dog shit.
Not
Sounds
necessarily
stupid.
young.
No.
Not even young. No, you're right.
You just have to Google it.
Just
CHAV.
Google, just go on YouTube and type in Jeremy Kyle. Watch any video. And that's it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But it got to the point where the game was over. I was the last one left. I got hit twice. I stood up. The guy was walking towards me just like that, and my gun was down. I was like,
Yeah. So by the sounds of it, it could potentially be fun if it was like a group of people who all knew
Yeah.
each other,
Mhm.
Going
it
against
wasn't
and there was
just-
no cunt involved,
Mhm.
no stranger with a gun.
like, me and my mates there, we went there for fun, but they were like try hard. They were proper fucking try hard.
That's
Like-
sad, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like they bought all this stuff, but they couldn't throw them for shit.
Really?
They threw like a fucking noise grenade or whatever into a tree, it bounced off, hit them,
Yeah.
and then they did a smoke grenade, and it then set fire to the course
Set fire to the course.
because it's obviously really dry because of the heat. So that caught fire.
So yeah, you're running around in 30-degree weather.
Yeah,
How?
it was fun. Just like running around backwards against cover and beep, beep. It was fun. I'd do it again, just not against those
No.
sort of people.
So far, the 2 out of 2 paintball stories both have unfair teams, where
Yeah.
one team was
The
like a
assholes involved.
massive asshole.
Yeah, it was
So,
fun.
I'm still not really sold.
At the end, you get like free. You have 4 rounds, but you get like paintballs for free. So you're supposed to like save ammo for last. I got 40 and I was just like bang 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 out. Because every time I'm the last one left, and it's just like you're just
Mhm.
gonna get fucked and hurt. So I
Yeah.
was just like, fuck this.
And how expensive was it all?
£21.
What, for the whole day?
Yep.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
Not bad. No, we had KFC. That's much.
Nice.
I got one there.
And your whole... Oh, I can see one on your leg.
Whereabouts?
Like, just here.
Like just below your knee.
A nice little
there's one
welt.
there. Yeah.
A
And there's one
pain
there.
welt.
And there's like 10 on my back. Literally where my butt cheeks are. There's 2 identical.
One
like
went
that.
into your butt and out your mouth.
Is that true?
Yeah. I shot it back at them.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Does that count as a score, or is that an illegal
Yeah.
move?
James became a mounted turret for his team.
But it was a good day. Don't mind. So yeah, not much else I've done.
Okay, SpongeBob.
I might probably complain later this week that my job is sitting in the chair on a computer,
Mhm.
so I've got a bruised back. It's just gonna
Bruised
hurt.
back, bruised butt, the 2 things you're using
Mhm.
to sit.
So I'm probably gonna complain later this week. But yeah. Fun and
Anything else
games.
happen? Anything lol happen? I can't even remember. When was the last
No.
time we recorded?
Yeah, fuck knows.
I don't know. Like last.
I've reached the last season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
That's on Netflix. There is more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
In the UK Netflix, there's only, I think, 4 seasons. I
yeah.
think there are
I'm on the
5.
4th season.
Yeah. Still
okay.
feel the same way?
Yeah. Like, I mean, at
You love
least... I do kind of
You love it.
Just because Terry Crews. Just
And the gay chief.
the black guys, basically.
Mm.
Anyone that's
Mhm.
black and on the show is
Mhm.
just great.
Okay.
I fucking hate white people.
Mm-hmm.
Heard it here first, folks.
Nice, dude.
Sweet. We all agree with that here.
Yeah. Man. I don't even know one good white person.
Guys, football's coming home.
Oh yeah, there's lots of
Yeah.
footy. So I'm actually in the podcast now. I'll actually say something. I'm done doing tech help.
He's not here for long.
I was
We're
just
gonna kick
like-
him out.
I just, got rid of my phone and said
Tech help.
I'm doing
Help.
a podcast. I can't. Yeah.
Give some context to people so they know what you're on about. You mentioned it briefly earlier.
My mum, right, has a phone that got locked sort of in a... It's an iPhone that was couldn't update. It kept saying, you're going to have to restore it. And I was like, no, you don't have to. You just keep doing it. Eventually it'll work. I know this because it used to be my phone. I had the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
Don't click restore, mum. Don't do that. Don't do recovery or restoration. None of that. You just keep pressing update until it does it. So she does the opposite of what I tell her. She instantly clicks. Like, the moment I've gone, she calls me 10 minutes later. I clicked restore and now I've got nothing. So she's wiped her entire phone, lost everything on it, has no backup of it, even though I told her, you need to start backing up your phone, mum, because you're going to lose everything if you
Why was it
don't."
not automatically backing up?
Because she doesn't plug it into anything other. She doesn't have an iTunes library that she connects
But
it to.
I don't plug my phone into anything, but it backs up via the cloud, doesn't it?
She doesn't have that going properly.
Well, yeah, you said she doesn't have any
But
passwords.
she doesn't know any of her fucking passwords, so it's totally pointless to having any of that shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wouldn't be able to back up all of her photos and shit anyway.
Yeah.
But at least she could have kept like her account.
Yeah, but and then and so then she starts messaging me while I'm trying to do this, trying to get the password for one of my old email addresses that is still connected to her Facebook. It's just a really old account, and I'm just like, and she's trying to reset the password, but she doesn't tell me what she's doing. She's just like, what is it? And then I realize, oh, it's this one. So I tell her the password. No, it's too late. I need the code to reset the password. I'm not going to let you do that because you'll just forget the password and then we'll be locked out of the email address forever. So I just told her, I'm not giving you the code. That's it. I'm not doing it.
You're holding it ransom.
Yeah, well, it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but, instead of like learning from it every time this has happened, she's just sort of like, no, I'm so busy and I work really hard, so I can't do it. And it's like,
Okay,
yeah, you
then.
can, because everyone else does.
That's
Everyone
your
else
fault,
can
then.
get their phones backed up. Why can't you?
No, but I've never had this issue of phones. Like, I've never been at a
Neither
point
have
where
I.
but,
No.
like, I've lost everything.
No.
To be fair, they are from a generation when they didn't have it, so they're still like don't know what they're doing.
It's like speaking to, I don't even know, like a child would know more now. A child would actually know more.
No, but a child actually would know more because they'll be using it from when they're very young.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, okay, on PayPal, you know when you like buy something, there's like the request, and so when you like, there's money gone out of your account, it duplicates or something. It's like processing. My dad did a refund for eBay, saw that 3 lots of £9 takeaway, just lost it. It was just like, I've just given away like 30 fucking quid.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, read it. It actually says like processing and all of
like our dad, Jim, he used PayPal once to it was so stupid. He was looking for a PC on eBay, and he bids on one and wins it for 99p. And then he's like emailed like a booklet of like how to use a PC.
Yeah.
And then he's like, nah, this isn't on. Gets it refunded. Because it's not an actual PC, because a PC would never be 99p. And then refuses to ever use PayPal again.
Yeah.
Because he thinks that
PayPal?
Yeah.
Or just eBay?
PayPal. I think he's fine with
There
eBay.
seems to be this whole thing with our parents' generation of like, not doing it out of embarrassment. And that's it. Which is interesting because my mum is kind of like it, but like my dad, who, many would probably presume would be like it, he's actually willing to learn. So I'm like, no, do this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he's like, okay. I'm
your
going to
dad
try
is
and
definitely
remember.
like that, yeah.
I'll try and remember, and he'll write it down and make sure, I need to remember this. Whereas my mum's just like, no, not doing it. Not going to learn. Not going to write down passwords. Not going to back up at my iTunes library. Mum, you need your own laptop. You can't keep using the laptops issued to you by your employer because that's not going to help you. No, too much money. Mum, fuck it. All right, just fuck it. I just want to shout, fuck off, fuck you, and just walk out the room. Because it's like, they just refuse to learn. And it's like, well, then you may as well just be fucking brain damaged. If you refuse to learn, you have a disability.
It's like,
No, actually, no, that's not fair. Because people that are disabled, they can't fucking help. If they've got like a learning disability, they can't help it.
Well, no,
My mum can help it. She's just a prick.
No, the thing with like some people who are disabled is they're like, sometimes they have really stupidly high IQs. They're like really fucking intelligent.
It's just, it's not even fair to compare it to that. Because it's not, she's just a fucking prick.
it's the refusal.
Yeah.
Like
Complete
our
refusal.
grandparents, both perfectly intelligent, perfectly able, not even willing to give it a chance. Even though all the opportunities it could grant.
It's so
afraid
foreign
of it.
to them, though. I mean, it's like trying to teach someone to learn an instrument at their age.
My
Like,
grandma has an iPad and she's used it for like...
It is.
What happened
is.
with the iPad? Wasn't that you like meant to fix it once, and I was just like loads and loads of
Oh,
porn
my
on it.
granddad had been looking at porn on the iPad. And like my grandma, I was like, no, I'm not looking at it. Ruben, you have to fix it. He's done something to it. He's been looking at porn, and there's a pop-up tab, but it was like, the police are gonna come and get your iPad. And it was just, no, this is just an advert, you fucking idiot. Fuck me. Like when I was a child, when I was like 7, I'd read that and be like, oh, that's not real. And just quote that
Yeah.
thing.
Like you get
It's
it
like,
so much.
Back when the internet was the Wild West still, so shit was a bit whack.
Do you remember like a couple months ago, in our group chat with our dad, that message just came through saying, "Just got 2 free tickets from Ryanair. I still can't believe this. Lol. See if you can get some too." And then it was like some scam thing, and he replied saying, "This is a scam, beware, it's after your personal details," like as if we hadn't figured it out already.
Yeah, it's so obvious. Like all the pop-ups, it's like you can tell from a mile away.
That's what I don't understand. That's why when like ever my mum will say to me, "There are things I can do that you can't." Give birth. That's it. That's the end of that's the exhausted list of things that you can do I can't. And even then I might give it a crack just to prove you wrong.
It's the lack of common sense. It's like,
yeah, that's what I don't get. It's the common sense.
Those are the people that these sort of scams are targeting, though.
Yeah, people with no fucking common sense.
No, but it's like, yeah, our granddad went to Oxford University, studied chemistry to that level.
So
You're telling me he can't use an iPad? Of course he has the capability.
They're afraid of it.
Yeah, they're afraid because they don't understand
they're
it.
just like, with it like a child. Just lash
they'd
out
rather
in
not
anger.
have it than learn to have it.
Mm-hmm.
This thing that could enrich their lives in every way possible. Same with our nan. Like, you just can't get in contact with her unless you call her house.
Yeah.
And just she happens to be there. Refuses to have. Well, she has a mobile phone, but it's always off and in her bag. And it's one of those ones from like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That has that awful noise.
My grandma has a mobile phone. It's like a piece of shit, but like it's because it's just she doesn't need it. She has an iPad that she uses at home. And
But does she
my
reply to
granddad-
texts?
Yeah, she can.
Well, there you go.
She replies like faster than my dad does.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
She
there
doesn't
you
put
go.
on her glasses and sit there like this, doing it. But
Yeah,
she
that's
gets it
fair.
done.
There you go. Well, that's proof that it can be done.
She's 70 this year.
Absolutely no excuse.
You've just got to be open to it.
It just makes me
Old
wonder.
people.
Yeah, exactly. It just
Old
makes me wonder
people
how many
watching this
people from our
JARCAST.
generation in 30 years' time, some new technologies
It'll
around.
be like
Are we going to be the same? Are we just
it'll be
going to?
like VR that's real life.
Are we going to be
Well,
more
we've
willing
progressed
to?
with a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Like, instead of, for them, it's like towards the end of their heyday, they've had such a huge like progression of technology.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, we were born when it was just starting, so it sort of evolved with us.
Yeah. And we've always been using it. So
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, this new feature that's really handy. Awesome. We'll upgrade to that now.
Mm-hmm.
It's faster. It's better. It's more
And
advanced.
even
more
if It's not,
delicious.
we're just like whatever.
And there's this curiosity thing, like you learn to use technology in that way by using it, by not being afraid to experiment. But
Yeah,
all these
that's
older
the thing,
people are
but-
afraid. They
Yeah.
think they're going to break it
Yeah, they
somehow.
think the moment they do something, they'll break it forever, and it's like it's just not how it works.
Yeah.
It just isn't how it works. It'd be like me picking up a guitar and thinking if I touch it, it'll explode.
Yeah, if I twang one of the...
The string will snap
String,
straight away,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like, well, no, you do that.
it might
and
not
I'll
sound
play it.
very good at first,
Yeah.
but with practice, you'll
Like my
eventually
dad
be able
said,
to do
there are
it.
things you had to be taught, things you had to learn. It's like I learned how to use computers on my own when I was 6. That was it. I always wanted to. I'd seen them, I was like, I want to use a computer. So I just did it.
I've got something to say.
Go on then.
It's not Fortnite.
It's not Fortnite.
The whole flossing thing isn't Fortnite.
Well, yeah.
It was in a Katy Perry video, so people know it because of that. Because
Well, lots of people know it because of Fortnite.
Yeah, a lot
but
of people know.
normies like my parents and my sister, my niece or nephew was flossing. I was like, oh, he's doing that dance move from Katy Perry's
I
video.
think it's a certain set of normies.
The children will know it because of Fortnite. The
Parents will think because of Katy Perry.
not necessarily
maybe.
parents, because they're probably not caught up with any of it, and they're like,
No.
"What the fuck even is this?"
I think it's like
It's like
Surely it's
people. It's like women our age.
Maybe it's at a point where some of the kids aren't even getting it from Fortnite, but they're getting it from memes about
Mhm.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
So I guess it
And
kind
from
of
each other.
counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
What's
one
that
kid
from?
will learn it
I
from...
saw it in Fortnite. And
Yeah.
They're all playing Fortnite and they're all addicted to it and they're all
Yeah.
smashing up their house.
Well, they just see one of them doing it in the playground and they're like, oh, that's funny, let's do that as well.
Mhm.
And they don't even know
It
what the
got banned.
context
I was
is.
reading it was banned in a school in Devon or some shit because it was being used to intimidate teachers.
Flossing.
Can you imagine like a classroom of kids just like flossing like in sync, kind of like ominously slowly?
Yeah.
I would
I freak
leave.
out.
I just leave. Just fuck this shit. I'm not gonna teach retards.
The worst we did in year 7 was everyone in the class went at
Yeah.
the same time, so you couldn't tell who was doing it, and it was just a really loud hum.
Yeah, I think I've said about it before. My cousin, who recently got married, he's like 28 or something now, 29, I'm not actually sure. When he was in school, him and his friends would sit at the back of their French lessons, just saying "my wife," and the teacher never knew which one of them it was doing it. And the teacher had like a breakdown and left in the end.
Poor teachers.
That's not like funny though, because that's like ruining their mental stability. For funnies, that's meme level kind of discord.
Yeah, but teachers are fragile beings, James.
So am I.
Usually what makes the teachers break down is everything around.
Yeah,
It's not really the teaching. They can deal with kids being munters. It's
it's
the
fucking
adults.
stress.
yeah.
Yeah. So football's coming home, lads.
No, it's not. People need to realise Belgium beat us already.
Yeah, but England played appallingly that game, and Belgium didn't really play that well. And then you compare it to England's performance against Sweden, that would have beaten
Yeah,
Belgium.
but then
and-
Belgium's performance again.
So then you don't know.
Yeah, the question is,
You
did
don't know.
England have a chance to win?
No,
Yes.
I don't believe
Well,
so.
there's always a chance.
There's always a chance, yeah.
It's just not very likely.
So who are they against next? At the time of this
Bloody-
recording?
Fucking
Is it Croatia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
Croatia.
Croatia. What are Croatia like?
They're
They
not
good?
bad.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I just say you never know on the day, because everyone would have been gone into this like, yeah, Spain, Portugal, Germany, Argentina, they're going to win. All out of the
All
tournament.
instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the big countries you'd expect to be like on
Yeah.
fucking
You,
point.
you
have just
expect
gone.
them to be going into the semis, those
Yeah.
four.
Not
Mhm.
shit England.
Yeah.
England, yeah.
I can't wait until like football just goes away and Fortnite is what everyone watches.
Fortnite's coming home, wee!
So what would it be? The Fortnite World Cup.
Yeah.
The best
Russia-
Fortnite players in the world just play Fortnite on big screens.
Well, Dele
That
Alli
would
did
be
a
the thing.
Fortnite dance to celebrate
He's
his
done
goal.
that constantly.
Yeah, he keeps doing it.
And one of the kids dabbed at the Roger Waters
Yeah.
concert.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that.
Yeah, there's a kid on the stage at one bit, and after they were like, like bowing and being like, yeah, he did a little. He did a little. It
little
wasn't like
cheeky
a proper
one.
dab. It was just a quick sort of.
He had to get it in there.
Yeah, and then he walked off the
It
stage.
takes courage, charisma, hope.
Yeah.
That's what really turned it around for me. I was actually thinking it was the worst thing I've ever seen. Then he did that, and I was like, best concert ever. Yeah. Then I started fucking jumping around, screaming.
They actually told the kid to do that to
Mhm. Well,
get people
before that, I
invested.
was just looking at my Switch playing Fortnite the whole
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
Pretty
I was playing
uninterested.
Fortnite on my phone.
I was playing Fortnite on an Xbox that I took with me.
Come
Yeah,
and see me, ladies.
What?
Oh, but CB ladies.
We've got to get better chairs. This is really. Not only am I
No,
I'm fed
no,
up
no.
with being like this. I'm
Alex,
so far
Alex
away.
has recently upgraded his living room, and the sofa is fantastic. It's a
No,
really great
it's
sofa.
too big for up here.
No, but it's time to upgrade the JARCAST.
Even if they were just chairs like this, but like, that, just 90
Well, now that
degrees.
I'm getting a car tomorrow.
Oh shit, boy,
You
you
can all
are!
go to IKEA. Whee,
Drive to
IKEA.
IKEA and find some good sofas
Do
for it.
I don't. You would fit a sofa in the back.
You can come with 2 cars.
Well, I don't know. It's not open. It's not open.
That's how cars go. Just do that.
If it was
Who
open,
here can drive? Me and James.
Technically, Jim and I can drive.
Yeah.
Wrong.
We can get in a car.
Me and Ruben can drive
That's
better.
not what
than you
driving
guys.
is.
Technically, we can drive though.
Wrong.
they don't. If they get in a car, they don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, they'd go.
Oh, how do I do
You
it?
make it neutral. You turn it on. Blah blah blah. You move in first.
It's not that. It's not that. It's
What
not
about
that.
clutch
that's
control and
difficult. It's just
peeling out your
getting
butt?
used to just it, like the situational awareness and just trying to manage it all.
A lot of people drive. I think we're
Yeah, I
perfectly
think-
capable.
Yeah,
No,
Jim
no,
and
I'm
I-
I'm not saying you're not
no,
capable. We're saying
no.
you can't
Well,
drive.
I'm sort of debating with the meaning of the word like can. Like,
It's
can
the
I do
semantics
something?
of
I
it.
can,
It's not-
yeah, I can
Yeah.
drive.
You will be so out of whack and you'll feel so stressed because it's like sensory overload. Like,
Nah.
I've seen Mad
Superman.
Max, mate. I've had enough sensory overload and I can manage it.
Speaking of, how much time have I got left?
1 second.
Boom.
So as I was saying, hey. So as I was saying, Mad Max Fury E Road is Mad Max but with.
This is the question, James. Did
Fucking
did
eat
video
electric
games help you drive?
Well,
I think it did a little bit for me.
well, if you think I've been playing like racing games since I was like 6.
Not just racing games.
Yeah, but I don't play 'em.
Yeah, any game. Because think about it. Let's say you're playing a first-person shooter. You're thinking about, you're thinking about what's in front of you, left, right, all of it. You think about everything.
It's reaction
around you at
times.
once. Yeah.
No, but I think when I've been playing like Forza, like trying to chase like number one positions, which I got, like it's not applicable because it's like racing.
But then we're not talking about that.
Talking about
No, we're not
GTA
talking
through
about
the
the
city.
direct. Like you couldn't race in Forza and then suddenly get in a car that you've never been in before and drive.
You'd have more
Well, you
insight
can, but
because
you'd
of
have a
like
little bit
racing
more
lines and stuff.
Sort of, and
Yeah,
not
you-
really.
Well, no,
You become more familiar with
it's a
things.
matter of fact that playing racing games constantly does help you as a racing driver because they do. Racing drivers play racing games to stay on edge.
People do simulations for like being a pilot. Then.
Yeah.
That does help.
So
but
it
it's
makes
like,
sense.
Like me playing Elite Dangerous, mate.
I wouldn't
Getting ready to
say.
fly spaceships.
Ruben
I-
first ever
it's-
spaceman.
I think that's something you'd have to ask those two because remember, I learned to drive when I was 14. I was racing cars at
You
like
only
10.
pass when you're what? 19?
I know, but it's like from that age when I was like driving cars in games, I was thinking about driving in real life. I wasn't because I already knew how to do it. So it's like I don't know. It's hard to say.
There are some transferable skills from it. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
like it's not like you could just put someone on Forza highest difficulty for 12 hours, then put them in a car. They'd be
Well, they
shit.
probably have a mental breakdown for playing Forza on the highest difficulty for 12
Yeah.
hours straight.
You 100%ed
first
Forza 5, so maybe that's why.
Forza 5. You
Maybe
did.
that's why
Yeah.
That's why
me
you
and James did
you passed
amazingly in our
first try.
tests. And I even debate my.
I mean, my brother passed his like first time, and he's fucking. I don't know if he's particularly good at games. Just seems to have a knack for like driving a car.
So would you say
Right.
because I was so good at Killer Instinct, I could
Well, you-
fight amazingly in real life?
100%. That's exactly what I meant.
Jim was
because
good at Batman, so he knows how to.
Batman, Smash Bros,
fight. Mhm.
Killer Instinct.
Yeah. See, like you looked over at Elite Dangerous specifically, like all those dials and shit and all that stuff. That's like just
It's-
managing a lot of information.
I think it's a fact that games improve just everything mentally pretty much.
Your cognitive ability, your
Yeah.
and your whatever.
Because your brain has to work so hard, especially when you're playing like something new.
Mm-hmm.
It's engaging and learning into everything, how the game works, all the mechanics of it. It's actually requiring a significant amount of brain power.
It's
Until it
quite
becomes-
crazy what your brain can do when it comes to video games, really. Because like playing Dark Souls, I noticed myself doing these tiny little things.
You
that, like-
don't even consciously think about it anymore.
No, you just
like,
do it.
And then you notice one day, I did that tiny step to make sure I wouldn't this,
Yeah.
or I pressed my shield now because of the X or
Mhm.
Y, or whatever.
Yeah, it becomes subconscious.
Yeah.
It's the same reason some people have like massive trouble learning to drive, but then once they've been driving for a few years,
They're better
it's less
than you.
stressful because it's all in the subconscious.
Mhm.
Like
There's
you're just
muscle
changing
memory,
gear,
that's what
muscle memory,
yeah.
all of that. Don't even have to think about it anymore.
Like, my dad's fucking shit at video games, but he's like a great driver.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot
This-
get his head
then
around
they're not.
can't do it.
My parents can't either. They just
No.
No idea.
Well, yeah,
Do
we're
you
not
think they
saying
could?
you have
Do
to
you
be
think
good
that's
at
something they could
both.
learn?
Maybe.
no.
Yeah, of course they
Yeah,
could.
They definitely
They're
could.
not. They're never going to be
They'd
the
have to
same as a
commit so much
14-year-old.
time.
No.
They know they're not going to have the
But
response
Can
time
I
of a
just say that
14-year-old. but-
even like seeing some kids play who have played games for years, they're kind of the same. Like Rifle Ninja. Like
Yeah, but like when we first got a PS2 and we're playing Battlefront, we were absolutely awful at 3D games.
I was awful at games. Just
But again,
for
it was the persistence.
yeah, yeah.
But no, that's weird for you to say because like when you got that, you saying it's difficult. But I was like playing racing games when I was 6. It's like when I got to that level, it was like
I mean, I remember first.
Well, yeah, you
playing
have to start
racing
somewhere.
games. I
And
remember
it's-
first playing racing games when I was like 4 or 5, and I just didn't understand the concept of decelerate at corners. So I'd just be like, to every single
That
corner.
was me in Forza
just keep
5.
just pushing into it till I go around it, and then be like, there we go,
and
last
now
place.
it's like now it's like brake, full power.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking just stupid level of
I
shit.
remember playing Formula 1 on like the N64 and just being like so fucking awful at it and just totally wrecking the car and finding it really funny. That was what I got from it. Just a little kind of related.
I got really burnt out on racing games. So
Yeah, but
burnt
to the
out.
point where now you're all like a hipster about Forza. Oh, I don't like Forza.
I don't like the way they've taken the series, but I've recently bought Assetto Corsa, so that's like a sim, a fucking true sim, so I'm gonna play that and get back
You
into
can
it.
get Beam NG for your.
That's just a meme game, isn't it?
Before we move on to another subject, is your car you're getting an automatic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No, yeah, it is, James. I've driven it.
It's an auto then. It's just
It is
some
an
of them,
automatic.
some weird hybrid type cars are not.
I'd say if you're really struggling with driving, just learn automatic.
If you don't have
as long as you can afford an automatic car.
well,
Are
my
automatic
advice
cars
there.
more expensive?
No, not
Oh.
really. With the way cars are going with more electricity, mostly every car's going to gradually become like automatic.
I specifically with me, I'm like, I'm gonna learn manual so that I
Yeah.
know how to do it.
I think it's
That's
that's
my
like
take on it.
if you just one day want to like rent out a really nice car and like
Yeah.
just drive around, it's like you just can. There's no
It's, like,
restrictions.
it's not like if I didn't know manual, I could never like drive my dad's car. If I needed to drive someone
Yeah.
else's car, the chances are
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to. If I
That's
didn't know
why
how to drive
everyone
manual.
should take manual. 'Cause it's like even by learning manual, you learn how to control a car better because of clutch,
Mhm.
that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You should always do it. It's always worth it.
I wouldn't
because
say
then,
always. I'd say
like,
if you struggle with driving,
if you
just
struggle with
start
that,
One of my
automatic.
mum's friends, she's 35 or something, and she would have learned how to drive a car manual, but now she owns an automatic because she was just like, oh, yeah, it's a good car.
I think
whatever.
a lot of people like in their youth they're auto. They're manual because it's like fun. You just you can drive, but then when you get to like the age,
And
where
all the like first cars you get, they're always
Mhm.
manual. Anyway.
it's the only ones you can afford really.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly
It's
why.
like my dad has like a Skyline, which is like this fucking tuner car that's really sought after.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one of only two in the country because it's LPG, and it's auto because he drives like a fucking 100 miles every day on a
Yeah.
like motorways. He doesn't want to change.
It's
gears.
horrible. Like I learned in a town where there's loads of traffic, and it's just a fucking nightmare.
I mean, on the motorway, it shouldn't be that bad unless it's like
Yeah,
constant
then it's
congestion.
town,
Because you just can be in like fifth
Yeah.
the whole
But
way.
even when it's just driving through town, it's just like
Yeah.
clutching. It's like
Mhm.
I hate it, but I just love it because it's like
Well, yeah,
I'm a car guy.
I was in the car today, and I just noticed my dad and the way everything to him is just, he doesn't even think about it anymore. Doesn't even think about it.
That's what driving becomes.
But, he is 56, so he's been driving since he was, for like a long time.
Yeah.
both my parents have autos. My sister has a manual. I have a manual.
Cars.
It's cars. Jim will
It's like
have
a
a
one-time
manual.
Guys,
talk
get out
about
some
cars.
beans. We're talking about cars.
Cars too. Ha! Yeah.
Notice now, whenever there's like a
Hey,
subject,
shit, we're talking about cars.
There he is.
Here he is.
My boy.
whenever there's a subject we talk about for a little chunk, there's always a comment like, time code. Here's the bit where they start
Mhm.
talking about blank.
Yeah.
I know, that's
It's like
just
we like
that
it when you
though.
guys talk about stuff, and then when we do, it's like, no, hate it. There's a sticker book in the back of this. Did you know that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I just thought it was like, what's
Alex,
that to do with him?
You enjoy driving, don't you?
I do,
Like you just enjoy just driving around.
yeah.
So when you get your car tomorrow, are you gonna like make sure, like maintain it, like clean it, make sure it's like all good?
No.
Yeah, of course.
He's gonna
The
make
first
it
thing I'm going to
fucking
do is I'm
horrible.
going to sit in the front and I'm going to go through the manual page by page.
You don't really need to.
That's what I'm going to do, though.
There's a lot of maintenance
Wait,
you
you
don't
actually?
really need to do.
Why?
I think
So I
it's
know
good
how to do
know.
it. You haven't seen what it looks like inside.
Oh,
I just have no clue how any of it works.
I'm going to learn about everything about the car. Like, got to make sure the seat belts are exactly like this.
No, 'cause it's like-
or else.
I've
think-
started doing that with like new products, especially like electric ones that have all these features. And it's like, oh, that's like a really helpful thing it can do.
Like, if you're just trying to set up everything inside how you like it, then yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But, like, I would never do it with computers.
Do you know what I'll do
for example. I would
first?
never look at the
First
instructions.
thing when I get a car.
What?
Dude, sick as fuck burnout boy.
No, I'll go to like a beach or something, get it covered in sand, so it looks like it's from Mad Max.
There's no England
No,
has
we'll-
beaches you can drive.
We'll
on,
go
so,
to
Yeah, get all
We'll
the
just go
salt
to,
water
like-
into it.
where fucking Argos, get ourselves like a big bag of sand,
Yeah.
get some water on it, and just throw sand.
Yeah.
Pape mache.
Why-
Sand.
Jim,
That's
you could
not Mad
actually,
Max.
like,
Can we
eat
can we
these
put
paper-
loads of spikes
Like
on
a
your car
fucking
and make it
proper
into a
Mad Max
Mad
car.
Max Fjord?
It'd be pretty sweet, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's my good
fade the
joke,
paint
isn't
and
it?
make it all rusty. It'd be fucking sweet.
That's a thing people used to actually do to their like little shitty cars. They'd like scrape the paint off on the bonnet and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like rusty stuff is like a style.
Remember someone
Like the hot ones.
It's
you
really
see.
bad for it though, isn't it? Like the
Yeah,
actual
it-
car.
Yeah.
Well,
If
It's
it's like a
got a problem
200 quid
with
car, though.
We'll just erode all the
Yeah.
all the
Like you see
body.
those hot
Yeah.
wads that are like completely modified and they're all just rust, but it's like that's fucking cool. It's like on the
Mhm.
floor, loud. It's like that's just cool. Man.
Basically scraping.
That's a part of the look. Though, isn't
No,
it?
but they make it so they cut the roof, so then you're sitting it and the window's like that big and you're just like like literally on the floor. Can't see shit because the engine's in the middle, massive. So you're just like can't see fucking shit.
Yeah, but the Mad Max, mate. Mad Max.
One bad thing about the Mad Max game, they just fucking give up on the black on black.
What do you mean?
What?
The Interceptor. They don't even like try and get it. They're just like, it's gonna get destroyed.
What do you mean they don't even try and get it?
Like when the black on black gets taken, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get it. And he's like, no, I can make one. So they just go make the magnum opus.
Because the story of the game is you got to get to like the hardest area.
Yeah.
Because that's where they've taken your car.
Well, no,
So
because the
you've got
car
to
was
build
in
up
the
your car to get to
the
it.
car was in the first scout area, wasn't it? That's where it was taken to.
That's
you
why
get
they
it at the
just
end?
took like the frame. Yeah, you do get it at the end.
Yeah, it's from like the Interceptor.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Jim
I
needs
was
to
going to
fucking
say,
buy
if you didn't get it at the end, that'd be horribly dissatisfying.
Yeah, it's in the DLC
Alex, can you
Ooh.
just fund Jim to buy that car in real life?
I do really
pack. Our
want that
dad
car.
trolled us the other day
Yeah, he did. He trolled the fuck out of us.
because he's lived in Australia
Yeah.
for a few years, and we were. I was talking to Jim about how cool that car is, and then he was like, "Wait, is that the whatever?"
The V8 Interceptor.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, I have one of those."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Really?"
Mhm.
Yep.
Then he was like, I had a yellow one.
And I was like, "No,
No.
look
but
at me.
let's
Did you
be real.
actually?"
Well, the thing is, there's loads of
He
like
did-
variants of that car with with really similar names. So
Yeah.
he could have had like
No,
a really
that's
lame
the thing.
version.
In
And
that-
he didn't.
in that-
He didn't budge though. He didn't go like even anything. He was just straight. Dead
Well,
serious.
He laughed.
The further we got into the discussion, he started. You know, when you ask him a question and it's an obvious lie, he goes like, "Yeah."
yeah.
No, but the thing
It's
is,
like-
he's from that age where those cars would have been popular, and because there's the Ford Falcon is what it is, and it's the XB one. There's like 50
Yeah.
million of them.
Yeah.
So he
exactly.
could legitimately
Yeah.
have owned one. So it's like
Being in Australia too.
my dad. Like all the cars, English cars now, are really sought after. My dad pretty much owned all of them.
Mhm.
So it's like, why wouldn't he have like owned some
Remember-
crazy
what
cars?
the
back in
fuck?
the
There was a
day?
really popular Ford. I'm blanking on the name on it. Not the Cortina. There was another Ford. and
Capri.
Capri.
Capri's are fucking.
They were
sweet.
fucking. My dad was like, I must have had 6 of those in my life.
And now they sell for like
yeah,
20
they're
fucking
worth
thousand.
something. But he was just like, yeah, they were shit at the time.
My dad had a 3 litre. And my dream car is a Mazda RX-7. My mum owned one.
Really?
My mum owned one brand new from the showroom and used to race boy races in it because it was like Japanese and cool. And it's like I'm here like trying to work my balls off for it, and my parents just like, oh, we'll sell it for flat.
God. I suppose we should do some questions then, really, for
Yes.
the last
Nah, talk about cars for the
17
rest
minutes.
of it.
Hashtag let's do it. Ever since I
Wait,
watched
how much time have we got? I'm
Deadpool,
sorry.
17 minutes.
All right, okay, yeah.
So, if you want to leave your own questions, head over to the Jar Media Reddit, and there's a chance we will answer them as long as they're not terrible.
yeah.
Alex will only answer
we sort
terrible
of
ones, to be
subjectively
fair.
kind of decide what's terrible and what's not. There's probably no way of you knowing. Well,
Yeah.
maybe you should know. If you look inside your heart and you think that's a bad question, you know.
Funky Monkey 115 says, do any of you fear that the JARCAST will have real life repercussions? For example, James's work knows about Jar, and it seems you bring up his hour-long wank sessions and hentai escapades quite often on the cast. P.S. Lost your dog part wasp.
To be fair, I think
Hang on.
for the specific thing about my job, I work. The business is really kind of more older, so I think they'd be able to tell.
Yeah.
It's all like.
I think it's within the
Brief.
context as well. Like, for someone to really maliciously take something from a JARCAST and try and use it as like a reason to fire someone, I want to say most places would say, what? Like, that's absurd or whatever.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not.
To be
The
honest,
thing is, like, I don't think any of us are gonna run for prime minister.
Yeah.
So
it's not like.
And even
any
if they
of
did, it
us-
would be like
Jim.
really funny.
They made a video about trying to fart.
Yeah, it's like, how could you even swing it in such a way where it makes you look bad? It would just be so stupid. The kind of
You can
Look
quite
at what-
easily make James look bad.
What have I done?
We're all fully aware of what you've done. James. Let's just
You've
not
done a
address
lot
it.
of things, all right.
No, I have not.
Don't be
I'm
coy
the
with us.
saint of this fucking cast.
It's like it could actually work in your favor if it was
Saint
something
of the cast
political.
is
You
a
could be like,
sleep on
yeah,
the floor.
I'm fucking real. All these fakers
It might
pretending
work.
like they're these perfect angels.
I don't
Then
think
there's
that's
me.
how
A dark
politics
horse.
works.
What?
I don't think that's how politics works.
It's all smearing each other. Who can I smear next? Yeah,
It's
let's
like-
smear my enemies. Well, he talked about poo once and it was embarrassing. Put that online somewhere.
It's already online.
Well, exactly, yeah. Like, how are you even supposed to spin it?
Like, if anything does happen and we
Could-
end up
could
like in the
someone-
public light, we're gonna have to delete all the JARCAST.
Could
which
someone
is too
just
funny.
try and find if Jeremy Corbyn has, or any politician who's like sort of known now, has talked about poo at any length, please?
Everyone has talked about poo at
But it's
any
like
length.
if it is some like recorded, some of them talking about poo.
No, because when anything about like current politicians come out, it's about like their love of poo in terms of it leaked that they like strippers to shit on them or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
That's my favourite.
So if any of us wants for any type of that shit, it's just gonna be funny watching the fallout of just seeing them finding the random
Mhm.
shit we've said
Yeah.
online.
It's like, oh wow.
Which is why I'm like, I can never get a normal job now. That's it. It just can't happen. I can't do it because somehow I'll just get fired for like this.
Well, I've got a
So
normal
it's
job
like-
and I haven't been fired yet. So I'm doing good.
You'd have
Yeah.
to really do something bad, I reckon.
You probably
You know,
have to
like
wait
what
to
is it that normally people get fired for on social media? It's normally like racism, sexism,
But like really straight
directed
up.
at people
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
really obvious as well. Like it's not just like
Yeah.
it's a joke. It's like
Well, and we have the
bad.
benefit of it being video and audio. When
Mhm.
it's just a tweet, you have no clue what the intent was.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you watch a JARCAST, it's very clear that
Yeah,
That
this
you're
isn't
racist.
like the Nazi cast, or is it?
Oh shit, Alex! Now they're gonna get that soundbite, and it's like gonna be this is the Nazi card.
You just straight up said it, so they don't need to get the sound.
Wow.
fuck 'em, innit?
I have no fear anyway.
Now they can get a clip of me saying it, but they're gonna make it sound not jank like I just said.
Yeah.
Well,
Make
we've
it
been
sound
said the
smooth.
N-word more often, so we're safe on that regard.
I can just play the card. It's fine.
Yeah.
What card? The Nazi card.
Run with Knives 99 says, "What movies do you think it would have been fun to be an extra on?"
Mad Max.
Star Wars.
Mad Max would have been just straight up.
Fury Road would have been a good one.
Fury Road would have been the best movie.
Because it would have
to
been
be
like
in
the
ever.
atmosphere. Because like hearing all the engines, it's just like
Just
I
being a
reckon-
topless boy painted on like some mental
Topless
car.
boy. I'm always a topless boy, and I do paint myself quite a lot as well. So like, I'm always an extra in Mad Max. You know what I'm saying?
like I think maybe Saving Private Ryan might have been a bit.
Lord of the Rings
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
might be an awesome one.
Just rocking
Dressed
about
up as
New
a
Zealand,
dwarf or an elf.
A Halo
yeah.
movie.
Or a Hobbit, yeah. Jim, you're not meant to talk about that. It's not out yet. What other fucking movies are there that would have been lol?
Road Warrior.
God damn it, Jim.
Jim, you can't just keep naming Mad Max.
The Mario Bros.
Thunderdome
movie.
would have been fucking great. Being a dude on the Thunderdome. Get a mix.
Haven't
Can
seen
I
that
just
one yet.
say, I'm just gonna make when I started.
We can
playing
watch
Mad
it today.
Max, you know when he like headbutts a dog and throws him off? I was like really heartbroken at that. But then the dog.
That's
like,
the same dog that
yeah,
you have
the dog
in the game.
comes and then
Yeah.
he's like, he's always in your base. It's just like
Mhm.
I fucking love. Mad
I didn't know
Max.
you bought the game.
You bought it on Steam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for like £3.
I bought it on Steam as well, just because.
It's just I guess I already said Star Wars, but Star Wars would have been fun. Everyone had their own stormtrooper.
Which
Being
one?
a stormtrooper, that
Just sort
would
of,
have been great.
I'd probably
Attack of the Clones would be
No,
really good.
probably any of them. Probably any of the
I'd
ones
say
that
A New
are-
Hope,
Yeah.
running around on the Death Star.
Because you'd think this
falling
is so
down,
stupid. This
the
is
whole-
going to be
yeah.
nothing. I'm
Yeah.
actually going to be embarrassed about this
bonking your
one.
head.
Yeah.
And then people that are like documentaries about extras from the original Star
Mm.
Wars and stuff.
Well, all the English people thought it was super lame
Yeah,
because it was
especially
filmed in
Alec Guinness.
London.
Yeah.
It was filmed in London.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Well, apart from when they were in the desert, obviously.
Maybe Harry Potter could have been cool. Some
Yeah.
of the places you were going to. Were,
Any of the like grand fantasy or science fiction things would
Like
be cool.
the Witcher movie, that would have been really cool.
But being an extra in like Blade Runner would be cool.
Just to see like
how
all
they
the
just
Be
production
on
filmed
one of the
stuff.
sets, yeah, it would be awesome. We got 2 comments here that have been suspiciously deleted the username, but the question remains.
Yeah.
I assume they left 2 questions. Should I do question 1 or 2?
I don't know. Are
One.
they both totally like inoffensive? Are they fine?
They're both inoffensive. Yeah, I don't know why. They must have just deactivated their account. Should I do 1 or 2?
Do it. Just
do one.
do one.
I mean, we might be able to do them both. And
I mean, in terms of naming them number 1 and number 2, should I do the number 1 question or the number 2 question?
Oh,
Number
it
one.
doesn't
do,
matter.
do number 1. Fuck it.
We're letting you guys decide.
Do number
okay.
1.
I don't even know
What's
why
the
you're
movie you wish you could unsee? Something that actually made your life worse after watching it.
Marley and Me.
Okay, that's a good choice.
What was
Solid
a film
choice.
that really upset me to watch because I was so painfully bored by it?
Probably Land of the Lost. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Just like so nothing. Such a waste of time. Like traveling to the cinema,
Yeah.
watching that film,
I
just
hear
being
that.
like,
I might say Step Brothers though.
Mm.
So I
don't
fucking
know.
despise that movie.
I'm trying to think, because most of the like lame films I've watched, it was always kind of like there was something kind of funny about the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling to think of one that sucked. So I was actually quite offended by The Accountant as a film. I was just so bored by that. I was like, this
Really?
is just a lame thriller.
Sometimes
This
they
is
are the
lame.
worst kind of film.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, I could watch this whole thriller with its various twists and turns, or I could just watch like The Dark Knight again, the best thriller, and that's that.
If I were to cheat the question, I would say Mad Max Fury Road, so I can experience it for the first time again.
I hear that.
Yeah.
You really reckon Step Brothers? I'm kind of with you on that.
I can't really
that
think
film
of.
doesn't work bad enough for me, because like of all of them,
Dude.
I watch these bad films. I'm like, well, now that's another example of how a film should not be.
When was the last time you watched Step Brothers?
We didn't we start? No, we started watching The Campaign that one time. Like the last
Oh my
time you
God.
ate meat.
I think I
remember?
watched that whole film.
We started watching a
Oh
film.
yeah, that was the last time
Yeah.
you ate those chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I ate meat.
Did we watch that whole last film?
I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
It was
I don't
awful.
remember anything about it.
No, neither do I.
It's American comedies like that. All of them is my answer.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
actually, I'm
Will
with that.
Ferrell.
But I was watching.
Not
I can't
funny
remember for who
movies.
I told. It might have been Ruben. I found like a video essay on why Step Brothers and films
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like that. His reasoning for why it was good was the exact reason I hate them.
Which is
something along the lines of they do exactly what they're parodying, but they just point at it and say it's bad. Basically, the same thing.
Is it a
Deadpool does.
parody?
Yeah,
Of what?
like there's that NASCAR one. It's like a parody.
Talladega.
Yeah, is that
But
what
Step
Blades of
Brothers, what's that a
Glory?
parody of?
It is a parody
Yeah.
of something, but I've forgotten. I haven't seen the film in so long.
Sorry, which film?
Step Brothers. It's supposed to be like parodying that kind of comedy, but it just is that comedy.
That's not a parody. That's just a thing of that genre.
That's what I mean, though. That's why, to me, that logic makes no sense.
Yeah, that logic makes zero sense.
It's like, no, that's why
It's
I
also
hate it.
giving those like the people that made the film like more credit than they deserve.
Well, yeah, it's like the way to do it properly is to point at that thing and not do it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Or take it to such an absurd degree that it's just funny
Yeah,
how
like
absurd it is.
like
Yeah.
airplane.
Airplane, yeah. Not just do it. But then I really think it is a cultural thing. I think Americans, with the American style of humor, that it's not, I don't know. They're just used to it. It's what they know.
Yeah.
It's what they find funny. And I do think it's a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure there are plenty of things we find funny that they would find horrific or too much or too awkward, too embarrassing.
Yeah.
And that's why we're a better class of people.
We're a better class of criminal.
Rawley11 says, what memory makes you cringe the most?
Oh God, how many? I've got too many, to be honest.
What's the first one that springs to your mind?
I don't really hold on to
Crisis
them.
video.
The Crisis video. That's my least embarrassing memory.
Just
You weren't the one in it.
Yeah.
just most of just like, age sort of 9 to age 21.
Just everything.
Everything sort of around then. Everything from the year 2006 to the end of 2017.
I'd say
All of
everything
that.
from when I was a teenager.
Yeah, just all of it to me.
Yeah.
Bits come back in little flashes. I'm just like, I'm never talking
You're
about
probably the most embarrassing and cringy when
that. But
you're
like
year
most
8.
vulnerable, aren't you? Is the
Yeah.
thing.
Like it's not necessarily bad, but
No.
it is undisputably cringy.
Mm-hmm.
Like year 8,
Yeah.
especially.
I remember
Year
being
8, year
a
9.
cringer in year 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I look back on things from year 13, I was, going to 18, I'm still just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's pretty much it.
It's all there because I see little bits on social media and things. An old group chat will appear and I'll just be like, don't want to look at that. Just don't even
Mhm.
care.
Our old group chats are still pretty funny though.
I don't even want to check.
Some of
I
it
don't
I
like
just don't
myself.
understand.
I just don't like myself.
check
I'm like everyone else. I'm like, yeah, that was funny. Between everyone else, I'm just like, but you specifically, Ruben, were a fucking prick.
I can go back and check them because I still have.
I don't
my
want to. I don't want to. This isn't this. I'm just gonna walk away. if you start
David
doing
Ass
this.
Invader.
David Ass Invader wasn't cringer. That was funny.
That was a gem.
Yeah.
James, that's the best thing.
Don't
James
look
is
at these old group chats right now. I'm really
Fucking Halo Warzone is one
not.
of
Well,
the
yeah,
group
we had
names.
that group chat for like when
Oh,
we were
yeah.
going for Halo Wars.
We actually used Facebook back then.
Yeah. We didn't have
To
WhatsApp.
organise
You
when
had
to
a
play
Halo Wars dedicated group chat. It's got to be one
Yeah,
of
but
the lamest
Halo
things.
Wars was serious business for us. We
Yeah,
were
it
unbeatable
was like
with
our
that one
game.
tactic. Then our one great strat.
It was
we
actually
never lost.
broken tactic.
Mhm.
It took like 30 minutes to get going, but it worked every time.
And nothing.
What's even the
stops it.
point at like when it works every time?
Because the fun bit was
Whether you'd be given
getting
enough
to the
time.
point. Yeah,
Where you
are you gonna have
right.
enough time to do it?
I remember it. I remember everything. I always liked my role as being
Mm-hmm.
Captain Cutter, making a tight air. It was great.
I can't find this.
James, I
Oh,
don't
the
want to
P
find
Hub
it.
Club.
I
That's
don't
it.
want to find it, Alex. How much time have
I'm
we
gonna.
left?
We got time here for a few more.
I
Do
don't
it,
know,
yeah,
but
do a
I just
question
don't
or
want to
two.
do the group
Then
chats.
as far as I can get is we've been saying fuck you, gay boy.
That sounds about right.
What are some hobbies?
No way, I'm gayer. Is Ruben's next line.
What are some hobbies you've had that you gave up on or got bored of?
I
From
don't-
deleted.
Hobbies?
I did judo. That
Yeah,
was funny.
hobbies.
Oh no, this is a classic Alex
Ah,
one.
No, we've
Fucked
moved
up
on.
Dead body again, got double AIDS.
I said that.
That does sound like an Alex thing to
I
say.
kind of got AIDS that day.
You'd say all this shit now, so like nothing's changed.
Nothing's really changed in that regard.
James.
Hi, my name's James House and I love boobies.
James,
What?
stop it.
Yeah, we're doing another question now,
Well,
James.
move
Come on,
on.
James is the king of doing this. It's
Yeah.
like I'm really trying to move on.
And James slams.
I
his
go
brakes
into the
on
next
both
topic
feet.
and
Well,
then
I've
James
tried
is-
to move on from this specifically, and James is just bringing it all back. Remember all these group chats? No, I don't want to remember them.
Hobbies you given up on?
I did
Ruben
judo.
said judo.
Yeah.
I played the drums for a bit.
And
Yeah,
I
I
played the
actually did that.
piano
I didn't get
for
bored
a
of
bit
it, though.
longer.
Yeah, I didn't get bored.
I just
of
gave
judo.
up.
Yeah, I gave
Because it
up.
was like it's
Yeah,
that time
I
where
gave
it's like secondary school, I think it was.
Halo 3
And-
was cooler. You know how it is.
It was like
It's so annoying.
only a
really,
certain amount of
'cause,
stuff
like,
can fill for your time, and you're like, I've got to do work at least a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do I really need another type of work? I want to be like,
Well, I remember with judo, I just felt like I was bad at it. And,
Oh, really?
and I just didn't like doing it anymore because I was like, I'm just shit at this and I have no self-confidence.
yeah.
So I quit.
I've got none.
3-hour wank sessions. James gave up on those.
Yeah.
Building tanks.
You never even started it.
That
It-
counts.
Hey, I'm going to do it.
No, you're not.
He's gonna put it on your grave, Ruben. Finally built it, Ruben.
James!
Silently Broken 21 says, if the Fine Bros made a kids react video on Jar Media, what clips would be shown and what would the kids say?
It would just be like
The kids would just cry.
They'd cry and scream and be like, why are you showing us this? What is this?
it would just be
This
that.
isn't
No, they'd
Instagram.
show the Minecraft music video and be like, they just wouldn't understand.
Wow,
any of it.
these
You can
guys are
imagine the kids
cool.
just looking at it like blank face, like,
Oh, that guy's really funny.
It would start like this, the music would be playing and they'd be like, oh my god, what is this?
yeah.
No, it's kids react, so
Oh, okay, yeah.
it's not.
What is this? Wow, this is crazy. Is that Minecraft? Oh my god, this is Minecraft. That's kind of epic. Ah, nice.
Oh, wow, it's the Ender Dragon.
Did they really buy all of those toys? And then Benny Fine from off camera goes, yeah, they got all the toys. Whoa.
And then he gives them toys and he's like, you can have toys as well. And then they all fight.
Watch my movie that
It's just sort of really
endorses
sexist.
rape almost
Yeah.
weirdly. Okay.
Come on, quick. One more quick fire.
One quickfire one.
Yep.
Alex, if it was discovered that animals really loved being eaten, would you eat meat? Hell yeah, baby. Especially if they had a little voice that was like,
No, that's just taking it too far.
Yeah, you totally
That would
ruined
never
question,
happen.
Alex.
You fucked up our last quickfire question.
Yeah, anyway, next cast, we're going to work out who won the competition.
Stay tuned, boys.
Everybody, 3, 2,
I'm gonna show my
1,
bum.
dab.
Quick. too close. I love goo and slime.
I love goo and slime. It is so divine. There is a pool of sweat.
My favourite app is Vine.
Oh, that one there looks really bad that you were just touching.
What was on your back?
Yeah.